Hey guys, so I just came back from the grocery store, and while I was in there, I had a flashback of something that happened to me last year, and I decided to share it with you guys. So I work at Walmart, and this happened last year. So I'm at Walmart and I work at in the apparel section, and I was going through the lingerie department picking up the underwear that some heathens left all over the floor. All of a sudden I hear singing. Like somebody was singing their heart out. And I was looking around like, oh my God, who is that singing? It's not good singing. It was like a dying cat and a howling dog just in harmony. And I'm just like, okay. So I go to the fitting room to answer the telephone, and the guy comes over to me and he asked me for a fitting room. So I'm like, okay, you can go ahead. And he proceeds to sing while he's in the fitting room trying on the clothes. So at this point, I felt like personally he was trying to assault my ears by holding my eardrums hostage to his voice. And you're not about to sit here, you're not going to come into an establishment where I'm minding my own business and assault me with your voice. You're not going to do it. So I walk away and I go and I help other customers, and I come back and he's still singing. I'm like, oh my God, like this guy really think he's Justin Bieber or Trey Songz, or I don't know, like he was singing like he really could sing. I don't know. But he comes out of the fitting room and he says, can I tell you something? Can I ask you a question? I'm like, go ahead, sure. And he's like, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, thank you. Like, that's very nice. Thank you. He goes on to ask me how old I am. I'm like, I'm 18. And, you know, he didn't have to ask me my name. I couldn't even lie to him because it's on my chest. So he tells me his name is Robert. So I'm like, okay, cool. It was nice to meet you, Robert. He asked me for my number, and I'm like, oh, I have a boyfriend, so I'm sorry. And right then, he starts singing. He starts singing to me, y'all. And he really getting down. The whole thing was just awkward. And he goes on and on and on, still trying to talk to me, like, trying to get my number. And girl, like I'm not the type to judge, but if you're trying to pursue someone, at least come in on a day you look decent. Like, he had on like a dirty muscle shirt, dirty pair of khaki pants, and dirty boots, like mud everywhere. And I can see by that, you know, you're a working man, that's fine. I'm not gonna sit here and judge you. I'm like, you getting your paper. But when he was talking to me, all I saw was the knockouts. Like, he looked like his mother was feeding him bricks as a child. Like, his teeth were so messed up. Like, oh my God, like his mother used to let him teeth with bricks when he was a baby. Like, no, no. But I'm like, thank you for the compliment. And, you know, he leaves eventually, leaves me alone. So we're gonna fast forward to the next day. The next day, I come into work, I come around the corner and I see flowers on the desk. So I'm thinking like, okay, Mother's Day is approaching. Somebody was gonna get their mother these flowers and just, you know, decided not to get them. And they left them there. So my coworker comes in and she's like, oh, somebody left you flowers. Excuse me? I'm looking at the flowers like, who sent me flowers? And then she's like, this guy, she's like, I think his name was Robert. And in my head, I'm like, what? Like, did I not tell him yesterday that, you know, I wasn't interested? But I'm like, okay. I didn't want to accept the flowers, because once you accept it, then that gives, you know, the green light to keep going and pursuing. So I was just like, I don't want to accept the flowers, but he left the flowers there, so it's not like I can give them back and say, here's your flowers. Like, no, like he left them there. So I ain't gonna lie, I gave the flowers to somebody else because I didn't want to accept them. So she's like, oh, and there's a note inside of the flowers. And I pull out the note, and it's on a piece of notebook paper. So I pick up the notebook paper like, to Miss Beautiful from Robert, and then his phone number. And it says text me. And I'm like, no. I go on about my day. I'm working. I'm folding clothes. I'm in my zone. I'm folding clothes, working. And all of a sudden, this tall figure comes to me. Did you like the flowers? And I'm like, what? And then it's him. It's Robert. I'm like, okay, yeah, I like the flowers. And he was like, what did you do with them? And I was like, I put them in my car. I put them in the car. And then he was like, oh, okay. I was just like, yeah, thank you for the flowers. Thanks. And he's still standing there. He's like, still trying to talk to me. I'm like, my guy, I gotta finish working, A little scared. Trying to give him the runaround. Like, I'm trying to move here and he's following, and I'm just like, thank you for the flowers, and you're a nice guy, but I'm just not interested. Saw somebody in my window. Anyways, I was not interested. I'm just like, I'm not interested, And he says, well, I just came in to see you, Miss Beautiful, because last time I saw you, I was looking, I just came out for work, and I was looking a little, messed up and dirty. And he was like, I just wanted to come and show you how I really dress, like this. And he looked like a Sprite can. Like, he had on a green and yellow shirt, white pants, and green and yellow shoes with a green and yellow hat. And I'm like, oh wow, like, you look nice. You look nice. To each his own. Oh, he was like, well, I just came in here to get some fish sticks, and so my mama can make me some fish sticks, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out your way and let you work. And I'm like, your mama making you fish sticks? Okay, goodbye. I'm like, his mother is making him fish sticks. And like, I say like 2 or 3 days go by, he hasn't come in. I'm thinking, okay, he's left me alone. So I'm like, okay, he gets the picture, I'm not interested. So 2 or 3 days later, I am walking, minding my business through the shoe department, and all of a sudden, I hear my name, Aaron. I turn around, and it's him. I'm like, oh! I thought I was done with him, but apparently he came back. So I'm just talking, he's talking to me, and he's just like, I forgot exactly what he said to me, honestly, but he just kept talking. I was so focused on what he was doing. Like, he had his hands behind his back while he was talking to me. So he's talking to me, and I'm talking, I'm backing up. He's moving forward. He keeps moving forward as I'm backing up with his hands behind his back. So at that point, it's red alert, Mayday, gotta go. I'm not gonna be a missing person. You're not about to kidnap me in the middle of Walmart. It's not about to happen now. You're not gonna do it. So I'm just like backing up, and all of a sudden I see my coworker, and I was like, hey girl, hey! And then she comes through the aisle like, oh, what's up? Hey, how you doing, Robert? And they proceed to talk, and I'm just like backing off the aisle like, I run around that store twice to find my mother. Yes, by the way, my mother works at the same Walmart as I do. It's not as weird as you think it would be, but whatever. A job is a job. But like I run, I'm trying to find my mother and I can't find my mom, and I'm just like, Lord, he about to take me, Jesus. So he's gone and I don't see him anymore. And the same coworker comes up to me. She was like, girl, I was talking to him and I turned around and you was gone. Your mom showed up. And I was just like, she did? And then she told me what happened. She said that my mother approached him. He was like, are you the one? My mama G, y'all. Let me tell you something right quick. My mama is a thug. She's like, are you the one that was leaving my daughter flowers? And he was like, oh, that's your daughter? And he was like, yes. She was like, yes, that's my daughter. Are you leaving my daughter flowers? And then he's like, oh, ma'am, she told me she was 18 years old. I don't know. She told me that's how old she was. She was like, she is 18, but how old are you? You look too old for her. She was like, man, I'm 27. She said, you're 27 leaving an 18-year-old flower? My mama was going in. He was like, oh, she's just so beautiful, ma'am. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you or offend you. She was like, I don't want you leaving my daughter anything. Please leave my daughter alone. She's not interested. You are extremely too old for her. Just, stop it. And I'm like, go, mom. Like, stop it. Tell him. And then, like, I find my mother later on in the day, and she tells me that he started following my mother. So, yeah, like he starts following my mom around the store, talking to my mom. So turns out he told my mom that, I'm 27 and I was married, and then we had a divorce and she took the kid, and then out of nowhere, he tells my mother that he is in love with her. I can't make this up, y'all. He told my mom, I love you. I feel like I know you. I love you. And my mom was like, no, you don't. Goodbye. I don't know. Ever since that day, I have not seen Robert again. Thankful. Well, actually, I ain't gonna lie. A month or two ago, I did see him at a different Walmart. I saw him at a different Walmart. But I know he did not recognize me because I cut and colored my hair. So I didn't look anything like what he saw before, and I have not seen him in that Walmart since that day. That was the most awkward thing in my life. Like, I have never been that afraid in my life. My mama saved the day. I mean, hey. Lucky, my mama stole my stalker. She did. Now he love her. Ain't that something?